Okay, so starting off with number 11, which is the Gulf. And a gulf is a large inlet of sea that's similar to a bay but is like more enclosed by land. And then the next thing is the atoll, which is a ring of coral that's built up on a sunken piece of land, and it's also really good for vegetation. And then number 19 is the ocean, which surrounds the whole island. And then over here is the channel, which is a wide passage of water that's in between an island and a larger body of land. So right here we have the peninsula, which is a long wide strip of land that extends into the ocean. And then in this corner right here we have our volcano, which we decided to put on its own island and not actually on our main island in case it ends up erupting, so it won't destroy our city. And then surrounding the volcano is the archipelago, which just consists of these 5 small islands. So moving on to the landforms on our main island. Starting off over here we have the sea, which is the water that's flowing into our lagoon. And then right underneath it is the plain, number 21, which is basically just a large area of land that's really flat and has no trees or anything like that. And then here's our plateau, and as you can tell, that area is more elevated than the rest of the land around it. And then over here we decided to build our first city, which is this like gray spot over here. And we decided to build it there because it's surrounded by lots of access to water, with the lagoon being right over here. And then there's a river here that flows through the mountains. And it's also built on a plain land, so the land is really good for farming and vegetation. So over here we have our first mountain, and the white part on top represents the summit, which is the highest peak of the mountain. And then right here is the bight, which is this green piece of land over there, and then our bay. And right here we built our second city, because once again it's near water, with the ocean being right here, and then a river flowing around most of the city on the outside. And then there's also a range of mountains right here with these 3 mountains, and then the valley is right here with the river running through it. And the valley has lots of trees and plants, which is good for supplies and materials for building houses. So then we have our lake right over here, which is a good supply of fresh water for our cities, and it's not too far away. Then this thin piece of land surrounding the lake is the isthmus, I think it's how you say it. And then this piece of land over here is called the cape, and it basically just like sticks out a little farther into the ocean. And then number 18 is the mouth of our river, which connects all the way over here and just flows all the way up there to our mountain range and into the lake. And number 28, it's kind of hard to see it there, but it represents the tributary, which is basically a stream or a smaller river that flows into a larger river. And then we have the delta there, and that is our whole island.